the rise of the Jedi, the Sith, and the Galactic Republic. This is the beginning of the Old Republic era in Star Wars Legends history. Following the dawn of the Jedi, these are the events leading into Tales of the Jedi. The information of these events are scattered in various sources instead of a single story. After the failed invasion of the Rakatan Infinite Empire on Tython and the death of Praedor Skalnas, civil war erupted in order for others to take his place. The fall of the Rakatans had begun. The Infinite Empire had already begun to rot from within. Slave revolts, factional rivalries among Rakata lords, and, most critically, a devastating plague struck the Rakatan people. The disease both decimated Rakatan numbers and, in mutated form, severed many Rakata from their command of the Force. Without their Force attunement, their devices and starcraft lost much of their lethality. Slave populations rose up, and the Rakatan political structure imploded into brutal civil war. The result was a catastrophic collapse. The Rakata abandoned most of their holdings and sank back toward their homeworld, leaving behind wreckage, enslaved peoples, and technology that others would later seek to reverse engineer. What rose in the vacuum left by the Rakata was not immediate empire building, but technological curiosity, and ultimately, the spread of hyperspace travel. The fall of Rakata hegemony scattered advanced artifacts and knowledge through the settled worlds, and over the generations, core world polities and enterprising civilizations reverse-engineered and adapted components of Rakatan designs to create safer, more reliable hyperdrive systems. That diffusion of interstellar mobility is what allowed previously local powers to project force across systems. Technological parity and political ambition generated the unification wars, culminating in the coronation of a cooperative political order, the Galactic Republic, founded in 25,053 BBY as a compact of settled worlds seeking peace and regulated interdependence across the newly accessible galaxy. The Republic's birth was therefore as much the product of technology reclaimed from the ruins of the Infinite Empire as it was the result of political negotiation among the core worlds. While politics and technology remade the skyline of the galaxy, the living legacy of the Force cultures matured in other ways. On Tython, the Jedi Order, the monastic, balance-seeking precursors to the Jedi, had long stewarded a unique philosophy, neither wholly light nor wholly dark, but equilibrium between the two. That fragile balance shattered during the turbulent era of the Force Wars, which crescendoed between about 25,793 and 25,783 BBY. The Jedi, pulled apart by factionalism and the seductive promise of absolute power, fought a decade-long civil catastrophe. In 25,783 BBY, the Light Alliance survivors reorganized themselves into a new order that committed to defending the weak and policing violence. They took the new name, the Jedi Order. The Force storms caused by the Force created a cataclysm that destroyed Tython's biosphere, rendering the world uninhabitable. And so, the Jedi began to leave Tython in larger numbers, eventually establishing a temple on Ossus, and later allying with the rising Galactic Republic. The newly formed Galactic Republic did not live in a vacuum of peace. Political consolidation bred fresh rivalries, and military conflict remained endemic. The new institution stabilized interstellar trade and law, but it never removed war as a political tool. It only relocated it into the mechanisms of interstate rivalry and Senate intrigue. Within the Jedi Order itself, the problem of internal dissent never fully went away. Around 24.5 thousand BBY came the first Great Schism, one of the earliest ideological ruptures after the Jedi left Tython. Zendor, a Jedi Knight, grew increasingly disillusioned with the Jedi's strict adherence to the light side of the Force and their exclusion of other Force traditions. He believed that the Jedi's refusal to acknowledge the dark side limited their understanding of the Force. Rejecting the Jedi's teachings, Zendor established the Legionnaire Academy on the planet Leto, a remote world in the core. Here, he and his followers, known as the Legions of Leto, embraced a philosophy that embraced the dark side of the Force, while also studying various other Force traditions as well. Tensions between the Jedi and the Legions of Leto escalated, leading to war. The Legions, led by Zendor and his ally Arden Lin, engaged in many battles against the Jedi. The conflict culminated in the Battle of Leto, where Zendor was killed and the Legions were destroyed. Millennia passed, and the Galactic Republic endured countless trials, wars, rebellions, and political strife. Yet through every age of turmoil, the Republic persevered, guided and protected by its eternal guardians, the Jedi Order. It was around 7,000 BBY that the Second Great Schism within the Jedi Order occurred, which led to the birth to their greatest enemy. A group of Jedi dissidents, led by the Jedi Knight Ajunta Pall, embraced techniques and experiments the mainstream order considered abominations: life-bending, biological engineering, and a ruthless rejection of moral restraint. These dark Jedi forged monstrous armies and waged a bloody campaign against the Jedi and Republic forces in what became called the 100-Year War Darkness, a war that lasted for 100 years. The Dark Jedi lost, and the surviving Dark adherents, the Exiles, were ultimately defeated and cast out beyond known space. It was in exile that those 12 Dark Jedi, led by Ajunta Pall, encountered another player, the ancient Sith species of Korriban and their culture. The Exiles were seen by the Sith as gods, and they named them Lords of the Sith, with Ajunta Pall becoming the Dark Lord of the Sith. The Lords interbred with the Sith species, and their descendants became Lords of the Sith in their place over the years, combining the corrupted Jedi arts with the dark magic of the Sith species. This led to the creation of the Sith Empire, a powerful empire that lasted for 2,000 years, far away from the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order. To see how it all began, watch my Dawn of the Jedi videos. And to witness the wars that followed, the Great Hyperspace War and the Sith War, continue with my Tales of the Jedi videos. May the Force be with you.